live in poverty are significantly more likely to get sick enough to go to the ER on a hot day than those who are wealthier. This according to a new study by UCLA health researchers. KCAL9's Kristine Lazar is live in Griffith Park to explain why this is happening and what can be done to fix it. Kristine.
Ross, some big disparities across our county, and here in Southern California, even when the weather heats up, we love being outside. You can see families here behind me at the park in Griffith Park. Now, it's going to be a very hot weekend, as Alex said, and when we see temperatures in the 90s and triple digits, ERs in LA County will see on average more than 1,500 extra visits for heat-related illnesses, and the majority of those visits are from people who live in poor neighborhoods.
107 degrees today.
When the temperature rises in Southern California, we all feel the heat, but how it affects our bodies varies greatly by where we live. And we're not talking about how close you are to the beach. UCLA researchers have found that the poorer the community, the more likely its residents are to suffer a heat-related illness.
Because their homes may be less likely to have air conditioning. Their streets have less tree canopy, so they get much hotter. There might be baseline rates of illnesses that are higher in that community.
Take West Adams. People who live here are 4 times more likely to go to the ER with a heat-related illness than their neighbors here in much wealthier Rancho Park, which is just on the other side of the 10 freeway.
Rancho Park saw 0.9 extra ER visits per 10,000 persons. West Adams, right next door, the same weather pattern, but a different income and housing status, saw 3.6 visits per 10,000.
It's about income.
This man has lived in West Adams for more than a decade, but he only recently put in air conditioning.
If you don't have enough money to pay for electricity or to buy AC, or you just don't have the money.
UCLA's Fielding School of Public Health put out an interactive map showing the risk of heat-related illnesses by zip code throughout the state. The hope is that public health officials will then focus their efforts on those neighborhoods hardest hit by the hot weather.
We see the complete range of heat injury, so anywhere from heat edema, where people just get swelling in their extremities. You can get nausea and vomiting just from the heat. You can get heat stroke.
Dr. John Plose serves a population here at White Memorial that is predominantly poor.
For the people who are in the community and who oftentimes don't have air conditioning, don't have fans, sometimes they just come to the ER just to sit in the air conditioning in the lobby because they know that it's a cool place.
And researchers at UCLA say the inequity is only going to increase with climate change. So what can be done? Well, they say we need to have more cooling centers in the areas where people are most at risk, also more outreach so that people can take better care of themselves. And finally, they said it's even as simple as talking to local businesses and ask them to allow people in those communities to come in and sit in the air conditioning and not necessarily have to buy something. In Griffith Park, I'm Kristine Lazar. Back to you guys in the studio.